Hi guys, I haven't been here in a while. It's good to be back. It's funny because before I, decided to do this message tonight, I didn't know that you guys were going to do this song. And as I was listening to this song, a couple of things really struck me about it. Those lines there that talk about bringing praise. The story we're going to share with you tonight, I have to be honest, it's easy to praise God when things are good. But you're going to hear a really personal story tonight that affected our family very deeply. And there were a lot of times in our lives when praise was hard. Getting through the day was hard. Sorry. I'm just here to introduce the message tonight. What you're going to see is a very personal, very difficult story about my daughter Brittany, and she's going to share some very difficult things in the video tonight. The struggles that she faced over the last 10 years, starting with her life entering high school, following her life through some very traumatic and very difficult events. It's difficult to watch. The subject matter is really hard. What I want to stress tonight is that Brittany was just like each and every one of you in this room when she was younger. Very, very connected to her youth ministry. Very, very strong in her faith. Mission trips, retreats. This was a kid who raised $2,000 to go to World Youth Day to see the Pope. Her faith was central to her life. And then she left her private school. She got to high school. And the desire to try and fit in, and all of the things that happened to her, she just kind of lost her way somehow. The video speaks for itself. I'm going to warn you that, again, it's hard to watch. So I guess let's roll it. So that's Britt's story. I think the hardest part for us as a family was that Brittany didn't come from this home where she didn't have parents who cared about her or paid attention to her. We were the kind of parents who made sure we saw our kids every night before they went to bed, made sure that we talked to them, made sure that we communicated with them. But Brittany was just so good at putting on the act and putting on the happy face that for a long time, we didn't really realize what was going on in her life. I don't think it was until about the beginning of her junior year that we were like, something really bad is happening here. Something really bad is happening here. That was when we tried that's when, we tried to be these private investigators because she wouldn't share with us what was going on, but we knew there was something. But like she said, it took years for her to really be able to come to us and tell us what was going on in her life. But when she finally did, I think that she didn't get what she expected. I think she expected judgment, and I think she expected anger, and I think she expected, shame. And we were always there to love her, and we were always there to support her. That's what parents do. That's what we're here for. God's put people in your life when you go through these things. That's what they're there for. And I know after talking to her, after she met with Jason, what she wanted you to take out of this is that you're not meant to carry these burdens by yourself. People are in your life that can help you shoulder these burdens that you're carrying. You don't have to carry them alone. We're all broken. Sometimes we're all broken, but we can't really begin to heal, and we can't really begin to rebuild what's broken until we can take it out and we can look at it and we can talk about it and we can be honest with ourselves about what's really going on. And the other important thing to remember is that even when you start to rebuild, you're never going to be able to rebuild things to the way they were before they got broken. That person that Brittany was before these things happened to her, that person is gone. The people in our family, that we were before all of these things happened to us, because it affected all of us. Those people are gone. We're different people now. We've begun to rebuild our lives, but we've become different people. I believe that God cares about not where you're from, but where you're headed. He cares about how you're rebuilding your life and what you're doing with it. I firmly believe, and Brittany firmly believes, that her story was meant to help people, was meant to inspire people. Believe me, there were days when I talk about, like I said earlier in that song, where it was really hard to pray. It was really hard to praise God, because what I really felt like saying is, I don't understand what the hell you're doing. I don't get your plan. This plan sucks. Why won't you just heal my daughter? You know, we're good people, you know. And there were days where I was so angry with God for what we were going through. But, you know, I don't pretend to get it. But there's got to be a reason for it. I have to believe that her story matters. And I can tell you that, can I stand here today and say, you know, now we're all living happily ever after and things are perfect? No, I can't say that. I wish I could, but I can't. Will Brittany struggle every single day to maintain lasting sobriety? She absolutely will. This is a lifelong struggle. For us as a family, is it almost like sometimes waiting for the cancer diagnosis to return? It absolutely is. But she's light years ahead of where she was a couple of years ago, I can tell you that. She's a million times better than where she came from. It's been a long road, but there's light at the end of the tunnel, and there's hope. And each day when we wake up, God gives us that hope. As long as we're here, there's hope, and there's people in your lives who can bring you that hope. Brittany has told me to let you know, a lot of you are friends with her on Facebook. Do you know how to get in touch with her on Facebook? She is an open book. She's not afraid to talk about the things she's been through anymore. You got questions, you got something you're struggling with, she's been there. And she's more than willing to talk to you about it, and so am I. And we've also got a lot of really great resources and a lot of people that have been instrumental in our lives, that have helped us through these things. It's been through the work of some great counselors and some great friends, many of whom are here in this room right now, that we are where we are. I can't thank a lot of you who are sitting here today for being there for us and for our family. But just remember that until we can open up with ourselves and be honest with what's going on in our lives, we can't heal. We got to be able to crack open the secrets and let some other people share that burden with us. You're not meant to do this alone. So I would encourage you guys, if you're going through anything, you know, find one of us. Talk to one of us. We're not professional counselors, but we certainly can point you in the right direction. I guarantee you, we've probably been there or know someone who has. I'm going to invite the band back up while I pray to close. Lord, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you, first of all, for grace and for each and every day giving us a chance to start over again, if that's what we got to do. Each and every day, each and every hour sometimes. I want to pray that the story that we shared here tonight is meaningful for these students, and that they understand that there are people in their lives that are here to shoulder up alongside us and carry the burdens, that we don't have to try and do it alone. And I want to thank you, most of all, for the support you've given us in our lives. I want to thank you for my daughter, and I want to thank you that she's still with us after everything she's been through, and for all of the people in her life that have made a difference, and for all of the people in our lives that have helped us through everything we've gone through, Lord. And that's what we're here for. Church is family, church is community, and sometimes we're so afraid of being judged, and we're so afraid of, you know, being rejected, that we're afraid to share what's really going on. We're afraid to share our crap. And we've all got it, Lord. So if nothing else tonight, I pray that these students go away and understand that there's going to be hard times, and sometimes we're going to be broken, but we don't have to go through it alone.
Keep us from